Hello, everyone. Just trying to get a little kind of cleaned up before we get started. Hello, everyone. Hi, happy Friday. Sorry I'm early tonight, but we have a whole bunch of stuff that we have to accomplish between tonight and tomorrow. So I was like, I'm going to go early, and hopefully they will forgive me. So I'll wait a few moments for a few more folks to pop in. I'm just putting my inks away, so don't mind me. I have the laminator out, which I'm assuming you can guess. Isn't it so different, Kijo? It's like a whole new world. It's like a whole new world, right? Just putting my inks away. Hello, everyone. Hi, Heather. I just saw you. Thank you, Kijo. I think it just might be the way that I have the lights. I don't know. Yeah, it's a whole new world. Whole new world. Yes, happy Friday, Kim. Happy Friday. Okay, so I got most of my inks put away. That's all I can ask. No, Georgia, it's really just I don't have the let me turn the camera a little bit here. I don't have a re-inker here, or I would show you. You just basically want to re-ink until it's not pulling anymore, if that makes sense. Thanks, Michelle. Yeah, I got a new camera. So anyway, so tonight I want to let me see. Did this turn again? It did. I'm gonna get used to this at some point. It's so weird to have my phone by me, because usually it's not next to me. Usually it is up here. So it's really great. So anyway, so tonight I'm gonna play around a little bit with the underwater kit. We have 4 kits left because we added a few more kits in because you guys went kind of wild with it, which we appreciate, but I always want to make sure that all of you guys have a chance to get them. So we have 4 kits left. Give me 1 second here, because I just need to get my screen up here so that I can see what's going on. And again, I will get used to using the whole computer instead of using my phone. I'm so used to using my phone and using my iPad that using the computer is it's a little bit strange, but I'm getting used to it. So, all right, so we're back. Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about the underwater kit. So the underwater kit, I showed you guys yesterday, some of the pieces, and we're just going to kind of have a little bit of free play, if that's okay with everyone. Just a little bit of free play. So again, you get a ton of stuff in the kit. Let me move some of these things over to the side, because as soon as I'm done with the laminator, because I want to show you guys something really cool. Once I'm done with showing you this really cool thing, we'll get to creating. Thanks, Trudy. Okay, so let me move some of the kit stuff out of the way, the toner sheets out of the way. I'm trying to have some sort of semblance of order here. Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember, but I showed you last night, if you guys were here, I showed you this, which is the glitter glaze in the unicorn horn. And I'm getting used to this whole auto zoom thing. So I hope you can see what that looks like. It's really, it's very, very shiny. Very, very, very glittery. Hold on 1 second. For some reason, the chat keeps going away. So you can see here what that looks like. It's just super, there we go. See all that glitter? My word. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this down real quick. So I hope you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to cut this down because I'm like not as far ahead as I was before because of the because of the laminator that's here. But I'm getting used to it. It's only been one day. I'm getting used to it. It's only been one day. So we're going to go ahead and cut this puppy down. And remember when I told you guys, and you might not remember this, but you remember when I told you guys to always, always, always save your extra pieces. Do you remember that? When I said make sure to save your extra pieces because I have big plans for you with your extra pieces. Do you remember? Do you see these this little sheet, this little piece I have here? Yes, the negative space. So I have something that I think is going to blow your guys' mind. I hope so, because it blew my mind whenever I first tested it and it worked. So what if we could take glitter glaze? What if we could take glitter glaze? And what if we could take the negative space and foil it? I mean, wouldn't that be really, really cool? I mean, I think it would be really, really cool. Do you think it'd be really, really cool? I think it'd be really, really awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this right over top of here. And I'm going to take, well, let me cut this down really quickly. So let me cut this down real quick. And let me put this over here. And then let me grab my parchment paper. And I'm going to pop it through the laminator. And we're going to hope it doesn't get stuck. We're going to hope it doesn't get stuck. If it does, don't worry, I have a sample already ready to go. But there we go. Yep, it's coming out. So you want to save your negative space. Now, obviously, this is not something that you'll want to do over top of the whole piece because it's you don't want to lose, the glitter that's underneath. So you wouldn't want to do the whole piece. So let me go ahead and shut this off because now we're done with it. So let me shut it off and move it to the side. Oh my goodness, look how much space I have now that the laminator is down. Okay, so now you'll just take this out and you don't have to let it cool or anything. And here we go. Look at that. And I think there might be too much light. Hold on. Look at that. So now we have the best of both worlds. Do you see that tide pole? So we have the tide pole and the glitter glaze. Isn't that incredible? Absolutely cool. Just so, so cool. So, so cool. And then I did this one earlier. So this one has a little bit more of the foiling on it, but do you see that there? Look at that. And I'm so glad we got this new camera because it's really picking it up. Get that light out of the way there a little bit. Look at that. Isn't that just the coolest? I think that's super, super cool. So now we have two here that have, and it's just in some areas that's hidden. Just in some areas. Hold on one second. It goes away. Yeah, I just think it's super, super, super cool. Oh, and I just got a reminder to remind you guys that all of the embossing folders have been restocked. So just so you have a heads up, all of the embossing folders have been restocked. So, yeah, they've been restocked. So I don't want to forget to tell you that. I don't want to forget. So I don't have my purple tape here or else I'd take off all the extra bits, but look at how cool that is. Just such a cool background. It's very, 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 very cool to me. I think it's just super, super nifty. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to grab, did I put my bone folder away? Nope, I didn't. Thank goodness. Hold on. I'm going to grab my bone folder. We're going to make a quick card base because we're just going to, again, we're just playing around. We're just playing around. Loosey-goosey. And I'm going to grab my scoreboard here. And always, always, always score your Not Your Mama's cardstock, which is what I'm using today. So I'm scoring this at 5.5. Give it a nice deep score. I'm going to fold it over. And as long as you give it a really deep score, can you see that there? It is not chipping. It will not chip as long as you give it a really deep score. That's what I keep trying to explain to everybody. Do not give it a really good score and let it fold over on itself. And it's almost like it almost looks like a book kind of. Okay, so now let's go ahead. And which one should we use? Let's use let's use this one. Or I don't know. No, let's use this one. Hi, Connie. All right, whoopsies. So let's go ahead and cut this down to 4. It's going to be 4 by 5 regardless, because that's all she wrote. Hello, Barina. Barina is on our inspiration team. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and adhesify this. Grab ourselves some of the Thermoweb adhesive. And I got little flyaways all over the place because I don't have my purple tape here. Shame on me, I know. And let's go ahead and pop down that base layer. There we go. I haven't had fried green tomatoes in a while, but I do. I don't really like tomatoes though. But fried green tomatoes might not really taste like tomatoes. I don't know. I'm not really a big tomatoey fan. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add, because there's never enough glitz, right? Oh, look how that picked up that. You can see that pattern now. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Okay, so now since you never have enough glitz, in my personal opinion, let's grab some of, this will be pretty, I think, with it. Let's grab a little bit of the glitter stock, and let's see. So this glitter stock, the color comes with your kit. Let's take a look at what else we get in the kit. Let's take a look at what else we get in the kit. Let's see here. That glitter, my goodness, gets me every time on the live. Let's see what die cut pieces I have. Maybe we'll use the treasure chest. Perhaps the treasure chest. I know, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And maybe we'll use this little piranha. And this is from the coordinating stamp set. So if you got the Mermaid Wishes, or I think it's Mermaid. Oh no, Mermaid Lagoon. If you got the Mermaid Lagoon stamp or inspiration box, that is what came in the box. So you don't necessarily need to get the stamp if you already got that. But a lot of the stuff that's in this one, because we got some questions about that yesterday, a lot of the goodies that are in this box are actually they're actually the add-ons, if that makes sense. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my trimmer. Let me move this piece out of the way. You guys could see how much I have going on my desk. You'd be like, what is happening here? So let's cut this down to 5. 5 by, let's say, by 1. Nope, 1.5. Why not? Right? Why not? Sorry, I have to go back. I joined the Sam Club last week. You will receive an email, Georgia. Unfortunately, our subscription gal had to call off today. Yeah, there you go. Heather's answering your question. She had to call off today. So unexpectedly, she was not in, but it should ship Monday. Should ship Monday is the plan. That's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan. You can email Kathy@brucerenault.com, but she just hasn't had a chance to send it out yet. That's all. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just add this just as a little decorative element to give us a little extra oomph to the side there. You can see, my goodness, there's so much glitz and glam going on this card. Okay, so let's see. So do we want, I think I might just want her on there. Thinking I just might want her on there after she's colored in, and then do a sentiment maybe on the inside. Because, I mean, there's a lot happening here. I think we might just want to put her on there. What do you think? I think she might be just the ticket. I think she might be just the ticket. I don't know, though, because I feel like I want to. She sure is swimming in the bling, isn't she? I don't know, though, because I'm thinking. I don't know. I think I might like both of these on there. Yeah, I'm thinking it just might be just her. Just her, I'm thinking. Okay. Yes, it does tell you when it's on your porch. That's my favorite part. If you put your text, if you put your text in there, or your text, my goodness, your phone number in there, it will tell you when it ships. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some color pencils out. Again, these are the Studio 71 pencils that we sell at Service Monroe. We had such a busy day today at the store because we had classes today, and the classes, I don't know if Noreen is here, but Noreen was, and I'm sorry, you guys, I don't know how to zoom in yet. I don't know even if I can zoom in. Simon's going to help me eventually. I mean, I know that there's probably an ability to do so, but I don't want to mess around with buttons to figure it out. And then if you have the stamp and bond card, they're all sent out at the same time, Connie. So everything is supposed to ship out by the 15th. By the 15th is the goal. Hello, Fatima. Yeah, those notifications were very, very, very important. Very, very important to me, was getting those figured out. Yeah, they're all supposed to ship at the same time. Okay. I can show the Mini Monroe box on Monday. It's all done. I can show it on Monday. I sure can. We actually had a lovely young lady come and pick. Hello, Renee. Come and pick hers up today. She gets a few of them. And she comes and picks them up locally. So I'm just coloring in her fins. I got some sort of crazy camera. I don't know exactly the name of it. I'll have to get you the name. But it's this real crazy camera that is HD, and it hooks up to my laptop, and it's a webcam of sorts, but it's like a streaming webcam. It's a streaming webcam, so I was really happy I found it yesterday. Because like I said, I was going to go through withdrawal without being able to hang out with you guys. I was going to go through withdrawal. So there you can see she's getting colored in. I'm hoping you guys can see okay. Because like I said, as soon as I figure out how to zoom in, which shouldn't be difficult, I just have to take the time to like figure out how to zoom. Oh, awesome, Connie. Yeah, it's. I was hoping it would be because it was not an inexpensive, not an inexpensive camera. I will say that was not an inexpensive camera, but I think worth every penny, as you guys are telling me how it is, how it's sounding. So I'm going to give her purple hair because she's a mermaid, and why not? So I'm just going in and adding in some of this color here. This is turning into an ASMR video, and I didn't even mean for it to. Oh, thank you, Huntress. Yeah, it was out of a fit of madness going to get a new camera, and it just makes things so much easier. You know what I mean? It is. These are just regular pencils. These are just regular pencils. I'm not using watercolor today. Oh, and I should have told you, these were already stamped out. I apologize. I should have told you these. I did not stamp this out live. I did not stamp this out live. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead on and continue coloring her hair. And also with this camera, as opposed to my phone, it's crazy how it's so much more live, if that makes sense. Oh, good, Dawn. The live is actually live, if that makes sense. So I like right now, this is me. Like I can actually see, I can see right away what's happening. Whereas before with my phone, it lagged a lot. Awesome, Gail. And you can't hear a whole bunch of, and you can't hear a fan or anything, right? Okay, Kim, I'm actually going to be doing that tonight. No, actually, Connie, I cheated. I used the scan and cut. But usually Heather does do all my fussy cutting for me. That's awesome that you remembered that. Usually Heather does all of the fussy cutting for me because she is La Cucaracha, and she she loves fussy cutting. She loves it. I can't wait. I'm excited to work at the store tomorrow. Saturdays are my favorite for working at the store. Thanks, Fatima. I know, I love my scan and cut too. Ronnie, if you join the stamp club, you should, yeah. But it's gonna be, you'll just be charged again on the 27th. Okay, just did a reverse foil with the DL Gray glitter glaze on pull. See, I knew that you guys were going to want to start foiling on the glitter glaze the minute that I started playing around with it. I could not wait to. I have lots of things up my well, Trudy, I can tell you that it's for all the stuff that it takes to do lives, it's more than that figure. I can tell you, for all the stuff that it takes to do live videos, it's higher than that figure. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. When it's all said and done, you don't have to spend thousands on equipment, but this is part of my job. So I you know, when I'm spending for in the house, you know, they're starving. Okay, Renee. So when I do lives, it's part of work. So I, you know, don't mind spending. Did card for you with the new stands and Harrison. Awesome, thank you, Trudy. But since it's my job, I kind of have to, you know, spend the money on it. But I wouldn't suggest investing all of that if you're just doing some live videos. Let me grab, you know what I forgot today? Bear with me one moment. I need to grab one of my stamp mats. so I could test out some colors here. Let's see. That's a little too pink. Thank you. It's one of Chuck's. He's the best. He's the absolute best. Okay, so I'm not going to color her skin because I don't have a flesh tone color. The audio is awesome. Video had not been a huge issue for me after you told me about the gear. Well, I wanted to. It was just for me. I was like, I want to just fix it. And, you know, Heather will tell you, as well as anyone else on my team, it's like I always say, I just want to fix it. Oh, I guess she could have like an orange face. She's a mermaid. Let's make her orange. Hello, Sandra. Let's make her a blue-faced mermaid. Let's get really, really fantasy tonight. Oh, yeah, I like that. Hey, you might fix it. Oh, no. Yeah, it's definitely because I'm using my laptop. It's definitely a whole new world. I can tell you that much. It's a whole new world. That's for sure. It's a whole new world with this new setup. A whole new world. That is for certain. Oh, and I want to thank you to whoever is purchasing this kit while we're live. I can't see who you are, but I want to say thank you for purchasing the kit. I appreciate that. And also thank you to everybody that's purchasing those embossing folders tonight. I'm seeing some of those come through as well. So thank you. If I forget to, I don't want to forget to thank you. So, because I'm so grateful, so grateful. Okay, so she's got blue hands and a blue body. She's very fantasy-like. Just ask my husband. Well, thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. I certainly do. Well, the thing is, for me, it's like oh, thank you, Dawn. Also, she has blue hair and hollow skin. Oh my goodness, Kijo, you are speaking my language. But I love going live with you guys, and it's not, I'd be a fool to say that it's not great that we, have sales during the lives, but it's really for me to connect with you guys. And that's the big thing. Like, I love connecting with you guys and you guys, telling me what you want to see and what you want different and what would be cool. And, that's the real, I thrive off of that because I love having conversations with you. Conversations with you. I am also greatly for all the wonderful things you give us place. Oh, well, thank you, Michelle. You're a sweetheart. Okay, so let's make her lips pink. Yeah, well, I believe in lives. I do. I mean, I know there's a lot of folks that do not like lives and really do not like lives and would not do a live if their life depended on it. But I used to do lives back in the day, and when I did lives back in the day, it wasn't exactly the best. I could tell you that much. I had some folks that were not so nice to me when I first started in this industry and when I first started doing lives and stuff. So I got over that, you could say, very quickly. I got over that very, very quickly. Because, I said that if I was going to be live and, people were going to not be so kind, then I would never be able to be live. So like I said, I got over that very quickly, very, very quickly. Well, thank you, Kijo. Oh my goodness, Kijo. You guys have no idea that, like, when I tell you guys that you are my family, you are my family. I mean, it's you guys are a very big part of my life. I mean, a very, very big part of my life. And like I've said before, even if there are 100 people in this room, I will call, you guys are very, 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 very special to me. That's all I'll say without having a weepy moment. You are very, very, very special to me. Very, very special. Very special. Okay, so let's go in and do a little bit of a darker shade just under her face here. because I'm getting all. Heather is the greatest. She was actually. You should have seen me. I was at. I went to Hobby Lobby to pick up some retail fixtures today, and I came back and everybody was still at the office. I was like, guys, what are you guys still doing here? It's time to go home. It's time to go home. Time to go home. It is. It's like fun friends getting together. Oh yeah, I love taking time with you guys in the evenings. And again, like I said, it's not about, it's not all about, selling the product. I mean, yes, I, need to sell product, or, I can't, pay my mortgage and I can't pay my staff, and, that's how life works. But I just have so much fun hanging out with you guys. Yes, Connie, that is actually one of the most watched videos I have. Oh, yeah. Oh, we had someone come in today. Heather, where was she from? Jacksonville, Florida. We had someone come in from Jacksonville, Florida. I think that was today. Are you in here, my friend? Are you in here, my friend? She came in today. She said she watches my YouTube videos, watches me live. She was a delight, and so was her husband. She was a delight, and so was her husband. I'm pretty sure she was from Jacksonville. I think. Heather will correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure she was from Jacksonville. You want to know about, yes, someone is coming from Japan. Oh, you want to know about the door? Oh, well, my goodness, where do I even begin? The door was a nightmare. That's all I could say, is the door was a nightmare. An absolute nightmare. It was broken. It was broken. Watched your intro video regarding Made It Con today, so host subscribe to your channel. Really enjoy your presentation. Don't enroll for it. Awesome. Well, thank you, Michelle. We have a lot of fun. The door is not fixed yet, Gail. It is not fixed yet, but our store is in Pittsburgh, PA. Green Tree, to be more specific. So the Rob was not surprised. I called him. He was in New York City, and I called him and I told him. I mean, he knows that I'm the fix-itter around here anyway, so it was just really just letting him know. I knew that I was, gonna be figuring out and fixing it the moment it broke. Yes, I do have some spaces available in my classes. There's still some space available, which I can't wait to see. So many of you. I can't wait. We're doing a lot of stuff. Your term of creative partners, assessors of your customers, YouTube followers. You're not like the norm when it comes to your interactions. Thank you. Absolutely, Bonnie. You are my partners in creativity is what we call your Bruce Monroe. PIC for short, PIC. But you are not customers to us. You are our partners in creativity. That's what we affectionately refer to you as at Brutus Monroe, not customers. You are our partners in creativity. Okay, so there's our little, well, nope, I almost said it. There's our mermaid. I almost said it. Wish I could make it to Made It Con, but I will be on her cruise in February. I don't know if I'm going to be on her cruise yet. I don't know. I haven't talked to her about that yet. But stranger things have happened. I can tell you that much. Stranger things have happened. Maybe I will do this guy too. Because I'm really itching to use those gems. Wish I could. Oh, I already read that one. I think I will use this too. Why not? What is your background? Do you have a degree in art? Oh my goodness, that's a great question, Georgia. Thank you so much for asking that question. I did go to school for art. I did, and I went to school. I went to art school, and I hated it. I hated it, I think, because I always loved doing my own things. Can you tuck some of it in under the glitter stock? Maybe. So I went to art school, hated it, dropped out. Did not want to continue there because, like I said, it was something that I just didn't. It just didn't. I need something to constantly keep my interest, and art school did not do that. felt like I was trying to work so far ahead from the other students because I was, oh yeah, absolutely. Here's what she looks like so far with all of her shading. And I'm going to add a little bit more shading to her. Oh, there we go. Zoomed in perfectly. There she is. So yeah, it was just, I don't know. It wasn't my thing. So I left there. And the only reason I left there was because I got a really, really, really great job, as a director of marketing. So I was working as a director of marketing for quite some time. And that just wasn't fulfilling me. I knew that I would always do something in art. I always knew that I would do something in art. I just didn't know what. So I knew that someday my career would be in art again. I didn't know what type of art I would be doing or what I would be doing. And fast forward to about 3 years ago, I was watching YouTube, and I don't know what sparked it. Oh, it was because I was doing videos for Cricut. And this video from Christina Warner came up, and I watched this video and I was like, oh my goodness, this is incredible. My word. You know, she's doing all these amazing things and she's doing all this. I mean, my goodness, how does this work? So I was watching her and I was just absolutely enthralled in everything that she was doing. Like, I could not stop watching. I think I watched like 4 of her videos in a row. And I was like, I can't stop watching. She's amazing. So I was watching her videos and I was like, oh my goodness, I can do this. So I went to the only place that was open, which was Walmart, and they just didn't have the materials that I was looking for. So at this point, I'm like completely naive to the fact that there's this giant industry. I had no idea that there was giant industry that exists about this, that like existed. I was like, I'm going to change the industry. I'm going to do stamps and I'm going to do this, that, and the other. So mind you, I discover, lo and behold, that there's this giant industry that I am, trying to take by storm that, already exists. So I'm calling everyone, asking who will make stamps. I'm, basically going door to door, asking who will make my stamps, who will do inks and so on and so forth. And again, mind you, I had no idea how any of this would work, but I knew I loved it. And, my mom has always said to me and still says to me, when you find what you're supposed to do in this world, you will do it with everything that you have. So I started Brutus Monroe actually while I was still working as a director of marketing. I was working 12 hours a day as a director of marketing, and then I was working probably about another 8 at Brutus Monroe, developing products. I mean, if you guys could see some of the original stuff that I tested, hello, Angel, some of the original stuff that I tested, some of the original stuff that I was going to bring to the Brutus Monroe line of products. I mean, it was a lot. And I just have to go back into the chat because the chat keeps on closing on me. But there was so much to figure out, and I was going to do it. I said, I'm going to do it no matter what. So I ended up, I do love Jennifer McGuire as well. So I ended up quitting that big job. And I told, now mind you, my mother was a nervous wreck when I quit that big job. And I told her that I was going to quit this big, fancy, big boy job. And I was going to go work at Joann Fabrics in the back stockroom. So I was working in the back stockroom at Joann Fabrics for pennies. And when I say pennies, I mean pennies. I was working in the back stockroom at Joann Fabrics, and I wanted to learn everything there was to know about retail because I knew that at some point I would either want our products in retail or I would want, I needed some sort of semblance of what retail was and how retail worked in this industry. So I worked there for about 6 months, roughly about 6 months, I think it was, for about 6 months. And then I knew that I was ready. I mean, I knew I was ready. I don't think that anybody in my family knew I was ready. So I quit that job and I started working for Brutus Monroe full time. And now I'm happy to say that you can actually purchase the Brutus Monroe products at Joann Fabrics. So crazy. So it's awesome. It's truly a dream come true. You can get them at online at Joann Fabrics. I think you can still get them. I know that they were switching things around, so I don't know if you can still get them online. I haven't looked in a while. But yeah. So you can get them at Joann Fabrics. And that was like the big moment for me because I worked at Joann Fabrics. I mean, I worked there and I was ridiculed. Oh my goodness, some of these wonderful customers, as I will call them, because they certainly were not my partners in creativity, would actually get upset that I was working at the fabric counter whenever I wasn't in the back, because they didn't want me to cut their fabric because I was a guy. So it was just like, just the usual. So of course that made me, really nervous about joining this industry because I was like, oh my goodness, what if the women feel that way, like that I'm a guy in this industry, and and then I realized, that Tim is a guy in this industry, and there's a whole bunch of our stuff at Joann's. And because I used to watch Tim Holtz when I was in middle school, and I couldn't believe that there was a guy that was doing what I would like to do someday. Now, I didn't know that I wanted to be in the craft industry. I just knew that I wanted to do something with art. And again, I was, surprised to learn that this industry was. Men have been challenged for such a. I know. Thank you, Keija. Thank you. But I just knew I was going to do something in this industry. I just didn't know what. Something in the art world. And it just so happened that this is what it would be. And, I strive every day to bring you guys new and exciting and different products and, maybe products that have been around, but something that has a Brutus Monroe spin to it, because there are some things, that I've used in this industry that I just wanted to be better, like our glitter. Oh, well, thank you, Michelle. Like our glitter glaze. There was, some products out on the market that were like it, but I just wanted it, I wanted it to be smoother and I wanted it to be more flexible. So I, worked my behind off and we came out with our own. So it was important. So here's what the treasure chest looks like shaded in. And now I'm going to add a couple of jewels because that's the reason for using that. So we do sell these jewels, of course, as well through BrutusMonroe.com. I'm just going to add 2 here. And I'm going to put 1 down below here. Okay. That's where I saw him, Dawn. That's where I first saw him. Oh, thank you all for the thumbs ups. I appreciate that. And again, thank you to everyone that's placing orders. My goodness, while I'm live, because I know that you guys don't like to leave to grab stuff. So I appreciate that. So here's what it looks like with the gems on it. My goodness, if that doesn't look like a treasure chest if I've ever seen one. Okay. Oh my goodness, Barina. Tell that little one that I just absolutely adore them. Absolutely adore. Which little one is it, Barina? Is it the one that you just had the birthday party for? Barina's on our inspiration team, and wait until you guys see. Just wait until you guys see what she has what she has planned for the blog. Is that next week, Barina? I have a request. I have ordered the new tags. What will be the best way to use the elements on them? Like the powdered elements? The powdered elements? To use the powdered elements, I would grab a Q-tip, or I would grab a like a blending brush and use the sticky glue pad. If they met Christopher, he would share. Oh, yes, I definitely would share. And I love Heather's kids. I love, love, love Heather's kids. Do you guys know, this is a heartwarming story for me. Heather's little girl, Kaylee, had to do a paper. And I don't know if Kaylee's watching. Is Kaylee watching, Heather? So Heather's kids call me Uncle Christopher, affectionately. And they come in sometimes to, like, Kaylee comes in and works Saturdays sometimes. I haven't seen Nick in a while, though. But Kaylee actually had to do a report. Was it a report for school? Was it a report? What was it was some sort of a report, right, Heather? She had to do a report for school, and she had to pick her hero. And now I'm going to get all emotional. I'm going to keep it together. But she had to pick her hero. And Heather sent me this incredible text message because they went to, I think it was like a teacher conference night. I think it was right? That's why I say create your own ending. So she went to like this, I think it was like a parent-teacher conference. And hello, Tracy, like a parent-teacher conference. And so when they went to this conference, she picked me as her hero and wrote this incredible report about me. And it was just the absolute sweetest thing. She is, Heather, she is 11, right? Or 10? 10 or 11. I sure will, Georgia. Here's what the card looks like up close. It was open house. Yeah, she didn't tell anyone that she picked me. So it was a surprise to them at the open house. There you go. It was great. Is she 11, Heather? 10 or 11? But she loves crafting. And there's a lot of folks at these shows that won't let her craft, but she can craft every day at Uncle Christopher's store. I tell her that all the time. Mine for crafting never breaks her heart. Always crafts together. They grew out of it. 11. Yeah. Okay. 11. So there you go. There you go. Oh my goodness. Those new embossing folders are going, you guys. I just wanted to check real quick. My goodness. My goodness, you guys are scooping up those embossing folders. Thank you, Barina. Just a little something I wanted to whip up tonight. To tell you the truth, I had literally no clue what I was going to make tonight. Yep. Creativity is such an important thing, Kijo. It's one of the most important things because creativity, and I say this all the time, is something that no one can ever take from you. And that's something that has resonated with me for a very long time. That oh, awesome, B. That it is. I did put some gems on it. That's something someone can never, ever, 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 ever take away from you. So. Oh, yes, I will definitely show you how to decofoil on canvas. My company name is called Brutus Monroe because you can probably hear him yelling in the background and barking in the background. He is my miniature pincher. So 3 years ago, when I was developing Brutus Monroe, I did not know what I was going to name the company. And I didn't want to name it Christopher Allen Designs, Stamps. And, I didn't want to name it after myself because I thought, I want it to be something that's different, something that means a lot to me. So Brutus became sick and was the invisible man in the scrapbook slicer where he worked. The customers would ignore him and go right to the woman who worked with him. Oh my goodness, Wendy, that is insane. I did not know that. I did not know that. Yeah, I can hold it up again. So, yeah, so basically Brutus became ill. He became sick 3 years ago, and I didn't know what was wrong with him. He was very, very, very sick. So I took him to the vet, and I was holding him in my arms. And I don't know if a lot of you guys know the story of my little Brutus Monroe, but I rescued him from dog fighting. So he was a bait dog. He's a miniature pincher, and without going into too much detail, unfortunately, bait dogs are the dogs that generally are killed. The bigger dogs are trained with the bait dogs. So I rescued him, and he is just the love of my life right now. He's a little old man now, but I love him. So I was taking him to the vet, and I was just so nervous. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, you've made it so far in this world. I mean, and I just loved him with all of my heart. I mean, I still do, but he, I rescued him from, the worst. I mean, he had little bandages and little scars all over him, and he was in really rough shape whenever I rescued him. But regardless, I was taking him to the vet, and I looked down at him, and he was in my arms, and I looked at him, and I was like, that's it. I said, because Brutus was his name when I got him, and I gave him the middle name Monroe so that he would have a name from me. So I've just always been infatuated with Marilyn Monroe. I just think that she's just was so interesting. So Brutus Monroe was his name from me. So I looked down at him, this little helpless little creature, probably, maybe 8 pounds. I looked down at him and I go, that's it. I said, that is it. That's the company name. And I looked down at him and I said, what better to name a company after than the strongest little thing that I've ever met, the strongest little thing that I've ever been in contact with. So I looked down at him and I said, you know what, Brutus Monroe, if you make it through this, now mind you, I would have named it after him regardless. But I said, my other dog is Benson James is his name, Benny for short. So I said to him, I said, Brutus, I said, if you make it through this, and again, like I said, regardless, I would have named it after him. I said, I'm going to name this company after you. So lo and behold, he goes into the vet's office and he comes out wagging his tail. Now, we did discover that he was diabetic at that point, so he gets insulin every morning. But he came wagging his tail almost as if he had a skip in his step. Like he almost was like, all right, Dad, get the paperwork written up. You need to copyright Brutus Monroe because we're getting it. We're starting a company. So he came out again, almost as if he knew that he was going to have a company named after him. And the thing about Brutus Monroe that I think is just such a fun connotation, I guess you could say, is that the Brutus portion, and you'll see that on our logo and our branding, which I'll show you here. The Brutus part of our company is the very masculine part. And then the Monroe is the very feminine part because it doesn't get much more masculine in a name than Brutus. And it doesn't get more feminine in a name than Monroe. So I wanted to create a company that was the perfect culmination. Hello, my Noreen. I just saw you a little bit ago. The perfect culmination of masculine and feminine. And that was what was so important to me, so important to me about Brutus Monroe, the company. I wanted Brutus Monroe, the company, to be, masculine and feminine. And I wanted to make sure that it all, just all made sense. And, I never, ever wanted to settle, which was a big thing for me too. And Heather will tell you this because she works with me every day. If something's not right or something is not exactly the way that I want it to be for the company, we don't do it. And I've never really settled for anything in the industry because I know that we can do it. And I know that we can, keep creating and keep doing awesome stuff. So I take this our company very seriously, and I think that's why I want to spend time with you guys, because you guys are the company. You guys are our bread and butter. I mean, our partners in creativity. That you tell us what you want, and you tell us what you like, and we try to emulate that. Hugs, Trudy. What happened? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, Trudy. So yeah, do you have a dollar sign show up between super chat? I'm not sure what the super chat is. I believe it's a right. I sure did, Kim. I sure did. Yes, it was. It's actually funny. She May loved our squeaky clean, loved our squeaky clean. And she called me one day and she goes, Christopher Allen, I need to talk to you. And I said, yes, May. She said, your squeaky clean is good. She goes, but it's a little too good. She goes, it's taking off my manicure. And I said, oh, well, that's not going to do, because we'll have, tons of partners in creativity that will have manicures. So I worked on the formula over and over and over again. And I wanted it to be natural. So if you guys haven't tried our squeaky clean yet, our squeaky clean is natural. It's actually formulated from rose oil. It's formulated from rose oil. So yeah, it is. It's like a tip that someone can give. The comment says at the top. Oh, okay. The published date of the book is going to be next spring. I don't have the actual date yet, but we do have a title for the book. Oh, thank you, Huntress. Oh my goodness, thank you. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the super chats. You said snacks for Brutus and Benny. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the super chats. I am going to get snacks for Brutus and Benny. I'm going to make that commitment right now. Any super chats that we get, Brutus and Benny are getting spoiled because I'm already very spoiled by you guys. So I will make sure that Brutus and Benny get spoiled. Thank you for those super chats. I appreciate that. But yeah, so it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And I love what I do, and I love you guys, and I get to spend time with you guys. And like you guys say that, I'm giving up time to hang out with you guys. This is my time. When I first started Brutus Monroe, and I'll be 100% sincere and honest with you, when I first started Brutus Monroe, I had no idea. Yeah, Becky, no idea that this was going to happen. I thought honestly and sincerely that it was going to just be, I was going to design a couple of stamps, bring a couple of stamps out, and that was going to be it. Was going to be it. And we would, I would have some fun and, create and possibly do something really, really cool. And I thought, let's just try this. And, now we have 12 employees, including our inspiration team. And we have 4,000 square foot store with an additional 3,000 square feet for our warehouse, our distribution, everything that we do. So it's like, I don't know, it's crazy. And I think that's the thing that makes me so grateful, because I never thought that it would be what it is now. I mean, we almost have 2,000 products. Oh, my flagship product was the Many Thanks stamp. Many Thanks stamp set. The Many Thanks stamp set, which I think a lot of you guys probably have. If you go onto my YouTube channel, the Many Thanks stamp set was one of the very first things, one of the very, very, very first things that that I did a video on. One of the very first things. Squeaky Clean is my fave. Well, thank you, Noreen. I love when you're at the store. I really do. Oh, well, thank you. Oh my goodness, Kijo, I would love if you would send me a canvas. I would be honored if you would send me a canvas. And just so you guys know, and Heather can attest to this, I don't know if Heather's still here, but everything you guys send me, I keep. And I look through it, and I have a big book that I keep all of the things that you guys send me. And a lot of your cards are up in the store. So I keep everything. I'm obsessed with keeping things that you send me, because if you're taking time out of your day to create something for me, that means the world to me. It's incredible. So I keep everything that you guys send me. So let me just check the chat one more time here. Oh my goodness, you guys in those embossing folders. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. You guys are loving those new embossing folders. So, okay. So thank you all. Mind you, I'm not affiliated with anyone there, so there's a lot of stuff in there, but your products tend to be the focus. Well, thank you, Kijo. I appreciate that. So I am going to, if you guys should stop. You guys should watch my original. You should watch my original video, my very first video on YouTube. You will get a hoot and a holler. Literally, my first video, I had this ruler dangling on a shelf that was hot glued to oh my goodness, it was hilarious. It was hilarious. But yeah, I'm blessed. I really am. I'm a very, very fortunate. I say all the time that I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I'm the luckiest guy in the world that I get to do what I love every day. And I get to be with you guys. I mean, your guys are the best. Or just steal for a while. Brutus, at work, Brutus does not really eat stuff as much anymore. He does steal things a lot. He used to steal my Funko Pops a lot. And thank you guys so much for sending me Funko Pops. I really appreciate that. There's been quite a few of you that have sent me Funko Pops from my Amazon wish list, and I really appreciate that. My goodness, you guys do not ever have to send me anything, but I do appreciate when you guys send me those things, because it's really sweet. Back in 2014, that was when I published my very first video. My very first video. Brutus was eating pizza boxes. I am not shocked. Yeah, usually when he wants to leave is when he gets Looney Toony. When he gets Looney Toony. Okay. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Remember, I am now off on Sundays. I'm going to actually take off, I think, 2 days during the week now. I think Tuesday and Thursday, or it might be Monday and Friday, because Monday and Fridays are our busiest days at work. So I might be off Monday, Friday, and just see you guys Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I might, of course, pop in for other things. But I do need to get back to designing. And although I love being with you guys every single night, I want to try to do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with you guys. Thank you for making my evenings better. And thank you guys for the super chats. My goodness, how exciting was that? So thank you all so much for being a part of my life. I love each and every one of you. I can't wait to see you guys next time. Remember to be good to one another. Also, remember, I do have a stamp set dedicated to Brutus Monroe. Michelle, it's actually called Brutus and Friends. If you go to brutusmonroe.com and search for Brutus and Friends, I have a stamp set, and you can actually see Brutus. You can actually see him. He's been illustrated by Chuck Carson, who illustrates a lot of our stamp sets. It's really, really fun. So thank you. So make sure to create something today, whether that is create a smile for someone, create a beautiful recipe, create something. Just create something today. And of course, as always, as I always say, remember to always create your own ending. Have a wonderful evening, my friends. An awesome weekend. I will see you tomorrow night. I adore you, and thank you so much for your support and love. Have a good night. Bye-bye.